Hello, it's Gloria Jean, and today I want to address something that I feel is very important to me, and I know that once you find out a little bit more about this, it'll be very important to you as you research it, and hopefully that this will prompt you to do some research on what I'm going to be talking about, and it refers to genetically engineered food. And most people don't even know that there is such a thing as genetically engineered food. And if you say to someone, do you know if that's GMO? And they go, what does that mean? And actually that is genetically engineered food. There's a new labeling law that's on the horizon, and it came out of the New York Times, and they're saying that by July 3rd, there's going to be a bill that is on the horizon, making it possibly mandatory to label things, letting people know what they're eating. And that's really what it is. You know how I tell you to listen to your body? Well, you've got to read your labels too. And I'm going to read something here that I have. It's just to give you an idea what genetically engineered food actually means. Okay, genetically engineered food, it's modified. Okay, in genetically modified plants, which is where it starts from, scientists remove one or more of the genes, okay, from the DNA of another organism, such as bacterium, okay, a virus. Did you get that? A virus. The DNA of a virus. Okay. Or another animal. An animal. Now we're talking about a plant here, and we're going to take the DNA of an animal. And let's not forget that virus, which is in there also. Okay. And, or another plant, and recombine it with the DNA of the plant that they want to modify. Now that means they've changed it. Now it is no longer, let's use corn, which was one of the first ones that they used. Okay, this corn is no longer just corn. So if you were to peel back that corn, you would not see any sign of an insect in that corn. Okay, it's produced its own pesticide. That's pretty scary. And you're putting it in your body. And I don't know about you, but that never made me feel real comfortable. And when I heard about that and read about it and know that they can actually spray those plants, with a commonly known weed killer. And I'm not going to mention it, but just think about it. You walk into a lot of your big places like Lowe's and Home Depot and those kind of places, and you'll see that bottle all over the place. So anyways, that's pretty scary. I tell people, do you really want to suck up a plant that's been sprayed with the same thing that you spray the weeds in your yard? I mean, would you want to eat that? I mean, you are. And you might be. So, okay, so I just wanted to clear up what genetically engineered food actually is. And this comes from a very good source. Okay, this comes from an article in the Organic and Non-Organic Report. And they keep very up to date on what's going on. And you need to do that. You need to read about that kind of thing. Okay, so now your question to me is, okay, what do I have to watch for? I mean, what foods are out there that I should be paying attention to? Okay, so I do have a list of some of these here. Okay, let's like say corn was the first one on the list. I will not eat any corn that does not say organic. I just won't do it. You know, I mean, I'd rather be without it than have to eat it. Soybean. Okay, that's another one. And if you look at your labels, read your labels. Soybean is in almost everything. You can hardly pick up a salad dressing that doesn't have soybean oil in it, or canola oil. And that's another one on the list. Canola beans. Did you ever wonder why it's so widely used now? It's in everything. So when I'm getting a salad dressing, it's got to be organic. It's got to be. I mean, that's just the way it is. That to me is the safest way to go. Cotton is another one. Papaya and squash. Isn't that sad? Squash? I mean, those are the foods that we tell people to eat because it'll make you healthy. And you know, so often I wonder about people and they say, well, you know, they have cancer, and boy, they were a good eater. They ate all the right foods and all that. But did they eat the right foods? Did they know for sure? Okay. And of course, let's not leave out stress out of all that, but that stresses the body. Stress stresses the body, okay, not only by what we eat, but our environment. So think about that. Now, let me tell you another scenario here. If you were out and you were getting fruit, and most people see the numbers on that little sticker on your fruit, pay attention to that, because that number stands for more than just checking out at the grocery store. Okay, that code on that piece of fruit, like for instance, the 5-digit code that starts with 9, that's organic. I look for it. That means something. It'll be like 94033. Okay, that tells you that it's organic. Doesn't matter where it was laying in the grocery store. That tells you what is very safe to eat. Okay, let's say the 5-digit code that starts with the 8. Guess what? That's telling you that it's genetically engineered. Okay, a 5-digit code that starts with the 8. Okay, let's say one that starts with the 3 or 4. That's a 4-digit code that starts with a 3 or 4. I often wondered about the 3. I just researched that, found out. But the 3 or the 4 means that it's just conventionally grown. Now, that again might be safe, might not be. Depends on where it's grown. Okay, different states, different countries have different laws on what they can spray and use as a pesticide. I mean, it's just a thought, and it's worth researching. But that, again, is something, if I'm going to eat something that's conventionally grown, and there are farmers around here, and I have eaten their apples and whatnot, I would peel them just to be on the safe side. But in general, and generally speaking, I prefer to go with the organic. And I know that people say, but it's so expensive. I've looked at organic, and is it really any better? Well, I'd rather take the choice of believing that it is after I've read what I read to you. I mean, we're talking, again, the viruses, the bacteriums, and the DNA from those, and they're putting it into, do we really want that in our system? I don't. Anyhow, that's where I'm at. And then there's also a little sticker, if you look on your ingredient, on your foods that you're picking up, your boxed foods, bagged foods. It'll be a little, it would probably have bluish color, and it would say non-GMO. And that tells you that it's safer, even if it's not organic. You don't have to worry about this stuff that I just got through talking about. and the chances of it being sprayed maybe is very minimal compared to where we were at. But again, our grocery stores are lined with things like, with corn. Once they've processed corn oil, soy oil, soybean oil, sugar beet. Once they process that, they use it in our foods that are packaged like chips, soda, salad dressings, soups, breakfast cereals, baked goods. You just really have to pay attention. Our parents lived into their 90s, and I know a lot of you have experienced that. Our young people are dying earlier. Why is that? That wasn't something that was sent down by God to say, okay, we're going to change things around. Now the people aren't going to live as long. We're going to kill them off a little earlier. Okay. No, that's not the way it is. My parents had a garden, and we ate from the garden. We ate the farmer's beef. They'd buy a side of beef. I know a lot of people can't live like that today. We don't have the land to grow your food. And so we're going through the grocery store, and we're looking at boxes that looks like you could eat the box. It looks lovely when you look at the box and you take it home and you open it up, and it wasn't what the box showed you. So, just some thoughts. If you're going through the grocery store and you pick up something that you think, maybe I'd like to take this home, read the label. If the words on that bottle or bag or box are words that you don't understand, do you really want to put that in your body? Think about that. And if you pay attention and you look up and down the aisles, some of the better things that are not so processed and don't have bad ingredients and don't have those words that you can't understand are usually way up high on the shelf or way down low. So don't say that you can't find it. They are there. It's just that, unfortunately, they aren't always at eye level. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, and I hope that's cleared up some of your thoughts. And take some time to think about being healthier, adding supplements to your system to help ward off some of the bad things that you might put in your body. That's one of the reasons that I drink aloe, because sometimes if you ate something that, maybe just wasn't quite right for your system, the aloe will counteract that. The aloe calms my stomach. The aloe makes me relax more. It makes me sleep better. And I know that. And I think a lot of it's even peace of mind. It's my peace of mind. So that's it for tonight. And I will be talking to you again tomorrow. And I hope you had a great Memorial Day. And good night.